What's going on, guys? Cooper the Reseller coming at you from Omaha, Nebraska. And today I want to make a video on how to counter offer, whether you're selling on Mercari, whether you're selling on Poshmark, whether you're selling on eBay. Counter offering is a big part of the platform. Got this video idea from Bungee Donut. She said, low ballers. I've been block happy. You should make a video on how to haggle. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just started taking this more seriously since my job is in furlough. LOL. Well, Bungee Donut, I hope everything's going okay. It's never a fun time if you get furloughed from your job, and for anyone else out there that might have been furloughed, I'm sending my prayers to you. Hopefully everything turns around here shortly with the economy and the job market. But yeah, I want to talk about how to counter offer like a pro. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started in it. I made a little document here. And counter offering is very important. And always, when I get an offer and I'm going to counter it, I always include a message in the counter. Usually, more often than not, it's the same message. And personally, what I say is thank you for your interest. So I thank them for sending me an offer, whether it's high, whether it's low, yada, yada. And then I say, let's make a deal, smiley face, put a smiley face in there. And then at the end, I put a little bit of a value proposition that says, I ship fast. People like when you ship items fast. So I say that on the end, I ship fast, and I always ship within 1 business day. But sometimes if they're looking at competition with similar items and you tell them that I ship fast, and you know, they can buy a shirt from someone over here for 20 bucks, or they can buy the same shirt from you for 20 bucks. You say you ship it fast. They don't know about this other dude or other gal. This other person might have 3-day handling time, 2-day handling time on there, and they know you ship fast. They're going to opt to go with you. And also by sending them a message, you're starting to build a relationship with that customer. So I think sending a message is very important. It opens up the dialogue in case they want to say anything back to you. And if you want to take it to another level, you can put a customized message or some kind of context into the message of either what they're offering you on. Like you can say something about that item, like, I've had this item for years, I love it, unfortunately it doesn't fit me anymore, and then tell them how much you love the item, like an old sweatshirt or something, give some context to that. Or if you see something in their name, like a lot of times I'll get sports fans usernames, like for example, Huskers fan, and I'm a big Huskers fan, or someone from Nebraska, like I'm from Nebraska. In the message, I'll put Go Big Red or Go Huskers or something like that, just to get some camaraderie going there and make them like you a little bit more, vice versa. Sometimes that works out. So anything you can put in the message box to imagine like you're going into a mom and pop store. The cool thing about these little stores is usually the owners are there and you can talk with them and build a relationship with them, and it's more fun buying from people who are friendly. And that's basically what it boils down to. And that increases your chances of the buyer saving your store and coming back later because they enjoyed the purchasing experience from you. So always provide an amazing purchase experience, and you have a good chance of them coming back. But also, let's move on to the next point I have written down, which is you always need to have a reasonable counter offer. Even if they lowball you or if they give you a really good offer, always have a reasonable counter offer. In my experience, if I counter under $1 or at $1, more often than not, at least with the first counter, if you only counter offer $1 or less, odds are, chances are more likely that they're going to decline you and never give you another chance. They're just going to say, oh, thank you for not giving me a big discount, or what a joke, blah, 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 or you'll get a lot of hate back, I've noticed, which is, you know, understandable. If they think you're priced way too high, so you have something priced for $100, like a pair of shoes, you only come down $1. They're like, what the heck is the point of that? But in my experience, usually now what I'm doing is I'm countering offering. If they're like really low, I'll counter offer $1.50 instead of $1, at least for the first option, because I expect to counter offer more than once. and usually that's the case. So in my experience, when I've been counter offering, $1.50, I have cut the hate out so much. It's insane. Apparently that extra 50 cents when you counter it over, so if you have something for 50 bucks, instead of countering it to 49, you go 48.49. $1.50 feels like a way bigger counter to the consumer than only $1. I don't know why, but it looks that way. Like when you're looking at the 48.49, and I guess it just makes a huge difference. So I highly recommend countering at least $1.50, but it also depends on how much margin you have. So if some people like to price low, some people like to price high. I usually start out by pricing high and try to have as much margin that I can counter with as possible, and then over time I discount and I don't have as much margin to counter with as possible. But usually I recommend at least building in $5 of counter offering that you can fit in your listings, because that's kind of what people want as a discount. Like if they can save $5 on the counter, they feel good about that purchase. If you can save someone $5, they'll feel good about it as well. So try to at least build in $5 of counter offering. But after the first counter offer, see what they do back. And you also want to always have that actual sale price that you would take no matter what. So if you listed something at 80 bucks, you listed it at high just to see if the market bit, but you know that you would sell it for 60 eventually if you have to sit on it for a year or whatnot, or if someone offered it and you get that $60 offer rolls in, but you have it at 80 and you're like, oh, maybe I can get 70 for it or counter 75. Just know you're risking it more often than not. When I get the offer that my bottom dollar willing to accept is, and I don't take it, I try to squeeze a little more juice or a little couple extra dollars out of it. It seems like every time that offer slips away and it never comes back. And then I have to wait weeks or months or a long time sometimes for that offer to come back in. So always know what your minimum accept dollar amount is. That's very important. And when you get that dollar amount, don't be greedy, take it. Let the customer feel good about the offer they made and that you accepted it, and try to give them that win. And then you're getting dollars in your pocket. Cash flow is very important, especially if you have a slower sell-through rate store. Accept the offers, get that cash flow coming in, and you'll feel a lot better about it, and you can invest those dollars into new items instead of being stuck with just one item. Diversify your store, get as many items as possible. So let's move on to the next one. When you counter your lowest price point, be sure to tell them. So if you're going back and forth with somebody, let's say you have, with a shirt example, for 20 bucks again, and you would take 15. They're offering like $5, something really low. You go to 18.49, they come up to 10, so that's a pretty big jump. And then you go down to 17.49. They come up to 12. And then you're like, okay, maybe we can seal the deal right now. I'm going to counter them at 15 or 14.99. I'm going to tell them, this is as low as I can go. I hope we can make this deal. If not, that's okay, or something along those lines. And then they'll see that, and they usually won't BS you anymore with any counters. Usually they'll either accept it or deny it, but it gets it done right then and there. There's no more games going back and forth. And also, if they say, this is as high as I can go, like I have 20 bucks for a $30 item or whatnot. My kids need this, my dog needs this. They'll give you a bunch of like random excuses that probably aren't true, but you see it all the time. And I come back with them and I always say, $25 is my lowest that I can go. I hope we can make a deal. And more often than not, they'll actually come up and accept that. So if they say, this is the highest I can go, I can't go any higher, there's been a handful of times where I've gotten them to go higher by going to my bottom floor and saying, this is as low as I can go. And usually that price is better than what the rest of the market's priced at. They're going to see that, and then they're going to be like, okay, this is my last chance to get this item at this good of a price. I'm not going to be able to get that another time. So then usually they accept it. But for that to work, you have to be offering fair prices. All right, moving on to the next one. If they counter you super low, you don't have to counter offer as much. What I mean by this is, Low ballers are real. Low ballers come in waves. Low ballers, we all hate them, but we all love them at the same time. And I'll cover that in my last point here. But if someone offers you $5 on a $40 item, you don't have to counter offer like way down to $30 just to try to get them to come up. In this case, sometimes I do only offer $1 just to say, yo, you're way off ballpark price. I would not recommend just declining it straight up because of my last point. Don't let the low ballers annoy you because the low ballers help boost your items in the algorithm. This is what you want. Boosting your items in the algorithm is huge. Every single offer you get, I know for sure on eBay, and I'm pretty sure on Mercari, every offer you get that shows Mercari, that shows eBay that your item is not only getting views, but it's getting offers, and items that are getting offers are more likely to sell than items that are not getting offers. And these algorithms on these sites want to push up the items that have the best chances of selling. So every offer you get on each item, it's going to help push it up the algorithm. And if you probably noticed, I notice it all the time, items that get lowball offers or just offers in general, usually if they don't sell with those offers, they usually get more offers. And then they usually sell out faster than my other items that haven't got offers in days or weeks. So embrace the lowballers, embrace the haters. They will help you win in the end. And I also don't recommend on eBay, you can set up those filters to auto decline offers. I'm not sure when that happens. If you're auto declining, that might hurt the chances of you boosting items up the algorithm. So I just keep that off and I just counter offer back quick. You know, I don't offer those low ballers. I don't counter as much as I would with a reasonable offer, just for that reason. So that is what I have to say about how to counter offer on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. If you have any questions, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do so. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Bye-bye.